Alrighty, here we are, episode 4. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. So we're back in the shed today, back in Pop's shed. We're going to be doing suspension today. So we've had a few parcels arrive during the week. It's been a bit like Christmas. So we're going to go and have a look at what we've got. Okay, so the first parcel that's arrived this week is this one from Shockworks. This is our new coilovers. Max is going to open it up and let's see what's in there. So the recommendations on the MX5 seems to be one of the first things you want to do is replace the suspension, specifically the coilovers. So I've done a bit of hunting around as to what coilovers we should use. Had a look at a few options. Basically, you're looking at anywhere sort of from $1,500 up to over $3,000 to get some coilovers, some decent coilovers. And had a look at a few options. I actually spoke to Chris down at Shockworks and I was pretty much sold after speaking to him. So this kit has been developed over the years to suit the MX5s. And then on top of that, they take all of the details of what I wanted to do with them and valve them and selected the springs and everything as to best suit what our use is going to be. So these are sort of, mid-range, I guess, in that sort of price bracket, or the upper sort of mid-range. But I had a lot of confidence that these are going to be well suited for what we're doing. So open up the box and see what we've got. There it is. Look at that. A thing of beauty, eh? Alright, so we're going to get all this unpackaged and have a look at getting that all in. On top of that, we've also got this package here, which Maxie can unbox for us. These should be our polyurethane suspension bushers. So I know from previous experience with the Tirana, this was a good thing to do, and I've ended up selecting the Super Pro bushers, which is what I'd used predominantly in the Tirana. Again, they were just a good quality unit, lifetime guarantee, limited lifetime warranty or something like that, but they seem to last pretty well. So there we go, we've got a full kit of bushers, and I also got the bushers for the diff. We're going to have a new second-hand limited slip diff arriving shortly. So when we go to put that in, we'll have some new bushers to install that with as well. So there they are, blue to match the car. That's our job for this episode. Is going to be getting the car up and starting to pull all the suspension out, replacing everything and putting it back together.
So just going to take a video of the ride height. On the back, got about a hand, maybe a bit less. And on the front, you got what, 3 fingers?
Alright, so we've decided we're going to start on the rear suspension just because it's a little bit simpler than the front. We don't have any knuckles or ball joints or anything to worry about with this one. So this is all of the existing old setup. So we're just going to start by removing the coilovers and sway bar link, and we'll pull those out, and then we'll work out about getting the wishbones off. Maxie's working in the back here to remove these the top mounts. Okay, so we've removed the lower wishbone off this suspension and pressed the bushers out. So now everything's just hanging by this top wishbone. So what I've just said to Max, what I think we'll do is we'll work on the other side, do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll reassemble this side, put it all back together, and then we'll try taking the top off, so at least everything's supported, because the drive shaft and the upright, the brakes, all of the brake lines and everything else are going to just be hanging if we take that top wishbone off. So that's what we're going to try. We'll see how we go. Alright, so Max is just cleaning up the lower wishbone that we've taken out of the car, and we've pressed the bushes out. So we just want to give it a good scrub, clean it up so that it's all nice and fresh to put the new bushes back in and reassemble to the car. There was lots of dirt and rot that came out when we removed them, so we want to just make sure that that's all gone before we grease it up with the new bushes. Alright, so first wishbone completed. We've got the new poly bushes in. It's taken a little bit just to work out how to do that, but we've worked out our method and got them in there, so this one's ready to go back in the car. Alright, so we've got everything reassembled in the right back. All of the new suspension bushes in, the arms back in, and we've got the new strut in position there, so we're just about to check the height, make some adjustments to all of that, and move on. Put the wheel on and jack the suspension up with no spring, just to check the full range of travel. So this is now the wheel at full compression with no spring, so it's actually resting on the bump stops of the coilover. Up in there, you can see. So we just wanted to make sure that the wheel is actually going to clear the body at full compression, which it does. So we don't need to do any further adjustment on the height so far. So we're just going to measure now the range of travel of the suspension. All right, so the rear suspension's all finished now, back together. Everything torqued up. Got our new coilovers in there, new suspension bushes in, all adjusted up and ready to go. And in the boot, got our adjustment knob in there, and on the other side over there, so we can adjust our suspension. And we're making a start on the front. Alright, so we've finished now reinstalling all of the front suspension. So it's all in place now. New coilovers are in, new bushes on the wishbones, adjustable end links on the sway bar. So everything's all reassembled. We've got new ball joints and tie rods in under there as well. So everything's all new and all good, hopefully. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the wheels back on the car, put it back on onto some planks of timber to keep it up high, but get it at ride height, so under its own weight, so that we can then just check all of the measurements for the coilovers and see how we go.
So we just finished doing the suspension, and I was going to see my finger test again. So this one I can only get one finger in on the back, and that's bent up a bit. And now on the front, it's actually much higher, so I can get my whole hand, and my pinky finger's a bit bent.
Alright, so we're all done. It's taken a couple of weekends, a little bit longer than we thought, but we've had Father's Day and sort of stuff in the middle. We had a little bit of a delay with some parts with Australia Post, so anyway, 3 weekends, we've got it all finished now. Done all of the measurements for the coilovers, got everything sitting down where it sort of should be. The front of the car seems like it's just sitting a little bit high at the moment. The back seems like it's spot on. So we just need to work out what's happening with that. But generally it's pretty good. We've just taken the car for a quick drive around the block, and it feels good. So we'll get it out, get a proper wheel alignment done, get everything pointing where it's supposed to point, and go from there. But that's it. Suspension all done and dusted. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and big thanks to everybody who's left feedback and comments on the videos. We love hearing those comments and getting that feedback. So please leave a message for us down below the video, and hit subscribe. Keep watching the videos, and yeah, we'll see you all soon. Thanks. Bye.